Last season, Luca Urlando started what would be an incredible comeback season after being out of the water for extended periods of time due to a string of pretty nasty shoulder injuries, including a dislocation during a race and then a surgery. Urlando first came back in 2024 to make the US Olympic team in the 200 butterfly, but then built that momentum into an insane 2024-2025 season that included setting an NCAA record multiple times and becoming a world champion. And so far, it looks like Urlando is still on the path to get faster and faster. The first round of NCAA midseason meets have kicked off. These meets are typically the first opportunity these swimmers get to have some rest and swim fast in the NCAA season before the end of the year with conference and national championships. For the University of Georgia, they host the UGA Fall Invitational, where Urlando unleashed a new NCAA record in the 200 butterfly. Urlando fired an early warning shot during the morning prelim session. He clocked a time of 1:37.86. That is an incredibly fast swim, coming in as the sixth fastest swim ever at the time, and it made everyone wonder just how fast he could go during the final session. Unsurprisingly, Urlando grabbed a lead pretty early on in this race and extended it with every stroke. At the halfway point, Urlando already had multiple body lengths of a lead over the field, and he was almost out a second faster than his morning swim. Urlando continued to decimate the field as he ripped a new NCAA record of 1:36.41. That undercuts his own record by 2/100ths of a second. And looking at the splits, we can see that Urlando takes this race out a little bit slower than last year's NCAAs, 21:55 to 21:38. He then manages to exactly match his second 50 split, is a little slower on the third, and then 3/10ths faster on the way home. While Urlando did back off the pace a little bit at the start, and it did ultimately help him go faster at the end of the race, his overall race plan of just go out fast and try not to die is still the same as it was last year. With this new NCAA record, Luca Urlando now owns the 5 fastest swims in this event's history and 6 of the top 10. All of those swims have been done in the last 12 months. Trying to compare where exactly Urlando is this year compared to last year is a little bit difficult. Normally, it's easy enough to just compare the results of one midseason meet to another one, but he didn't actually swim at a midseason meet last season. The closest point of comparison that we have is a dual meet in late January, where Urlando actually first broke the NCAA record in this event when he swam a time of 1:37.17. It's not a perfect comparison since these two meets are about 2 months apart on the calendar, but it's probably the best we have, and hopefully a positive sign that Luca Urlando can push this record even lower at the NCAA championships in March. Like I said, this new record comes off of an incredible 2024-2025 season. Of course, that is where Urlando first took ownership of this record and then brought it all the way down into the 136s. But he also continued that success into the long course pool over the summer. During the 2025 Swimming World Championships, amid a bunch of Team USA swimmers struggling with performances due to a lot of illness going around the team, Urlando was one of the few bright spots for the Americans, as he won the only individual men's gold medal as he became a world champion in the 200-meter butterfly. Winning the world title is impressive enough, but his time was also absurdly fast, a blistering 1:51.87. That is the 9th fastest swim in history and makes him the 4th fastest performer of all time, behind only Christoph Milak, Leon Marchand, and Michael Phelps, which, as far as lists go, is pretty good company to be in. The fact that Luca Urlando managed to come within striking distance of Phelps's American record is very intriguing, and something that makes this new NCAA record so exciting to me. It shows that after his radical improvements last season, he doesn't seem to be slowing down. Last year, Urlando was able to save his best swims for the big dance at the end of the year, and if he does that again, he could end up being quite a bit faster, which could have major implications for his next summer season. What did you think about this swim out of Luca Urlando? Do you think he'll try and challenge the 1:36 barrier at NCAAs? Let me know down below.